Hello, Mazi. We are live. Good evening, Mazi Solomon. Good
Thank you so
evening.
much, Mazipat. Good morning
Yeah,
from my
so
end.
thank you very much, Mazi. We are live on Biafra Television. We are transmitting live on Black and White Web TV, YouTube channel, and Facebook channel. And it is my pleasure to welcome everybody. This is our first launch directly on our transmission on Black and White Web TV on YouTube, uh, and we are here to hello Asadema. Good evening. You are all welcome to the program. I would like us to help share this program. I want the numbers to rise very fast. We want to get up to at least 300 views before we proceed. So I want you guys to make that happen. Share this program. If you haven't liked our Black and White Web TV, go to YouTube and like it. Go to the Facebook page and like it. We'll be transmitting and we'll be talking about the program that will be rolling out by Sunday. Mazi, I think it's Sunday. Mazi, there is noise from your end there. There
Noise?
is, yes, I believe there is an echo coming from your end.
I'm not too sure it's from my end here because I can see I'm in my car. Nothing is happening
Okay,
around me.
okay. Let's.
But
I
is
think
my
that
voice coming out clearly?
very clear. Mazi, your voice is okay. So we are welcoming our people. We have 83 views, and we want that to increase. Please help us share this video, guys. Help us share this video. Share it in every platform. Share the program because we are about to start something that is unique. By Sunday, we'll be bringing Professor Abadike. Mazi, can you please tell us about the professor who will be coming to talk to us live here?
Thank you so much, Mazipat. Um, yeah, if we proceed from here, uh, as a normal routine, I need to introduce myself anytime to Biafrans because so many people might be lucky joining us for the first time in this platform or in the platform of Black and White or even in the YouTube, in the Black and White YouTube channel. So for that reason, I will introduce myself and bring greeting to my people. My name is Solomon Peter. Greeting from here, Australia. It is now in Australia is morning time, as you can see the shining light over my face. So I say good morning to all lovers of freedom and good morning to the lovers of Mazin Nandekano and haters of Mazin Nandekano. Good morning from my end to all Biafran all over the world who might be privileged to join us into this very program this morning. As I might proceed from here, we are launching Black and White. The programs, the programs and the activities that will bring our people together. Because coming together is not by mouth. It's not by coming to Facebook broadcast. It is something that is being backed up by action. Anything that is being said and there's no action to back it up, then it is just as things that have just as good as things that have not been said. So any faith without work is dead. So we are here, and our duty is to work out something that something that is workable, reliable, something that is achievable, something that you can touch, you can feel. If you want to know how this thing is, go to the first book of John, starting reading from chapter 1. You will understand through the testimony of John. He said, the gospel we preach is what we have experienced what we have touched, what we have seen, what we have feel is not a mere theory of things that have never been touched, or things that have never been seen, or things that you have never experienced. Because life is all about total experience. So we are trying to drive a program or draw a program that will bring total experience to our people. A program that will touch the life of our people direct, that everybody has to feel ourselves. We need to feel ourselves from the program that we will be bringing to you through Black and White channel. A program that will make you feel yourself and feel me while I am sitting in the Facebook transmitting or on the media transmitting. The program that will make you to feel Biafrans who are far and near. So that is the program we are throwing out. Okay, we want to prove to everybody beyond every reasonable doubt that we have what it takes to drive the best economy in the world, that we have what it takes to drive the best economy in the West Africa, the best economy in Africa. And that is what we'll be deliberating about in this Black and White. So this coming Sunday by 7 p.m. Biafran time, now we will be sitting in Black and White, transmitting also in Webtv. We will be sitting live with Professor Chinedu Abadike, who is on the floor, who has been on this Buddhism war in Biafran land. So he's going to talk to us about the opportunities we have in Biafran land on a farming product and produced. So he's going to be explaining a lot based on an experience. He's the man who has done so many researches. He's the man who has visited places. He's the man who has been running around all Biafran land and be able to make research of the treasures of how we can be able to boost our food produce, on how we can be able to drive a very large and big economy if we can be able to come back to the basics, if we can be able to come back to our villages and cultivate what we have in the village. So he will be with us by 7 p.m. on Sunday in this platform and in other platforms. So I want you to get ready to hear something fresh, because uniting Biafra is not by throwing a radio station or by throwing a platform. If you want to unite Biafra, you unite them by the action, because actions speak louder than voice. The people in the grassroots are suffering, and so many of us are working very hard in the overseas to feed them. Just give them money, and after eating they will go to toilet, and that is the end. And we continue to work hard. There is no recycling. There is nobody that can say, okay, that actually through our help he was able to move from one state to the other. All we do is just to feed people. They will go to toilet, and that is the end of it. So, but this time we want to change it, and we want to use our economic base to bring ourselves together, because everything about nation, struggle for Biafra, struggle for freedom, is all about economic liberation. It's all about having a better economy, an economy that is flowing, an economy that is good and accommodating, that accommodates everybody, that everybody is happy about. That is what all this our struggle is all about. And we are to give you the tip before the coming of Biafra. That is what will be happening in the upcoming days. Thank you, Mazi. This is my own update as to regard to what will be happening on Sunday. Thank you.
Mazi, thank you very much. You know, you have elaborated, you have said almost everything in just 5 minutes, but there is more to read. There is more to read, and I believe that as a people, every component of our life must work with the struggle for Biafra restoration. We cannot leave one angle and we cannot do one thing and abandon the other. we have been in the media talking about Biafra restoration. The world is hearing our voice, but being on the ground is the new strategy that will not just because not many of our people are not even on social media. Those in the villages are not on social media. Majority of them, especially our old people, are not on social media. So I believe that it is only through this measure that they can feel the impact of the things we are saying on. Maz, I don't know if you are getting. I don't know
Yes,
if you
I'm
are
getting
getting.
you. I'm getting you.
Yes. So personally, I believe that through the action on the ground will be the only way they can actually, and not just action on the ground, also being able to relate with them. Because when we have things they see physically, they will be more interested to know what the new generation of Biafrans, have in stock for the future.
Yes, Mazin, that is exactly what we are trying because, yeah, that is what we are trying to do this time. This very thing has been ignored for a very long time. Like some people will have success, but they don't know what to do with that success. This agitation for 8 years has had a very big success, but sometimes it is on the issue of us not knowing what to do with the success we have already made. Not knowing what to do with it, because you see so many of them today that are running around. That look at the very big opportunity that is given to those people. That men listen to them, men follow them, but yet they don't know how to channel the energy of those men and the women. And the Biafran people, they have the heart of assisting, working together. They have the heart of supporting what is good. But those men that are sitting down there gossiping, they don't even know what to do with this very big opportunity that is given to them to change the life of their people. Instead, they will sit down and, without thinking the future coming generation of IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, without thinking in this very struggle, without them thinking about how to create survival means for the people of Biafra. Everybody is looking into the money that is contribute, how much, so that they will got their own share or they will got their own portion. So it's going to be an idea of, okay, whatever that is contribute, we will share it among ourselves, and definitely we will use it to eat food, and we go and shit. Then what are you laying? Every man that is struggling today, when you have kids and you are working hard, you are aspiring of the factory to build, you are aspiring of the house. You are doing these things because you are looking at the kids that are growing up. You are looking at what will they inherit economically. Everybody is struggling today for the economic betterment of his offspring or his kids or children. That is why we all are working very hard. I am working very hard for my son. I'm working very hard for my family, for economic betterment of my family. Now I'm thinking of the upcoming generation, the kids that you are raising. In this our struggle, how did you create his survival or her survival in this very struggle? So that is what our people should be thinking most at this very time. And if anybody has Biafran in mind, it should be you thinking of how can you create the economic survival of the people? Because the people, if this struggle will take us, that as he has taken us for 8 years under the leadership of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, we must know that the people who are in this struggle for 8 years, they should be eating. They should be taken care of. They should be able to change clothes. They should be able to shower, live under a good shelter while the struggle is on. And this should be our concern. Our concern should not be based on what people says about me, or based on what I am feeling as an individual. No, but it's going to be based on what is the masses benefiting for me to be a part of this struggle. What are they benefiting? What, in which way am I affecting their personal life, day by day life? On which way am I affecting their day by day life by me being part of this struggle? Not coming to discuss my pain publicly, because the reason for my pain is for the responsibility of the leadership which I have taken part of. Because anytime you take part of leadership, there is pain that comes with it. There is criticism that come with it. There is a very strong pain that even at a point they said Christ for taking the pain to go through responsibility of going through the cross of Calvary. He was praying, and the sweat that was coming out of his body was as thick as blood. So for you to know how the inner heart, how the heart is bleeding at that very moment, just for the responsibility that comes with leadership. Responsibility that comes with leadership. So we must know this, that whenever you are ready to impact others, sometimes your heart can bleed. Sometimes it will be a terrible pain in your body. But for taking that very stand, that I am part of this very struggle, and everything I think about before I go to bed every day is how could I impact people directly? How can I impact their day-by-day life? As for being part of this very struggle, you are in this struggle. For being part of this struggle, how does your daily activities impact people directly, impact day-by-day life of our people? Directly. It should be your thinking. It should be something that is bothering you. It should be the reason why you have to take the pain of Christians. It's the reason why you have to take the pain of who disrespect you or who does not, who respect you or who disrespect you. It should be the reason why you should take the pain of being sidelined even sometimes. Even some people, you will be doing such a hard job, but they will look at your face and they will equally insult you. And they will equally insult you based on this very contribution you are making. And they don't care. They will talk to you the way they want to talk to you. They will disrespect you. It is true.
Even some might even intentionally want to bring your morale, your spirit down.
Some will equally wanted just to bring you down for doing that good job that you are doing. And these are the pains that you need to take. These are the pain you need to take as a leader, and you stand firm. You need to be convinced of what you are doing. You need to be convinced the role you are playing, and what is wrong with that role at every time. It is your own responsibility. It's not going to be the responsibility of all Biafran all over the world. It is your own responsibility that if actually I am playing a particular role, and this role that I'm playing, something is wrong with it because it wasn't impacting anyone directly, because it wasn't impacting my people directly. It should be your responsibility to review your role, review your activities. Okay, you review your activities, you bring it on that table every day. If you have concern for this very struggle, your question will always be, how is my activities are impacting Biafran day by day life? How does my activities impact them? And if your own role, you review it and you find out that your activities is not impacting Biafrans, then that simply means that this struggle in the center, people who should be in the center of this struggle is Biafrans. Biafrans, not an individual, not any person. The people in center of this struggle is Biafran. They are the reason why you have to take the risk. They are the reason why you have to stand up. They are the reason why you have to burn your data. And if you are not putting the people in the center of this struggle, but you are putting yourself in the center of this struggle in the position which you wanted people to recognize you of, or things you want people to recognize you, or you put your respect or your individual ego in the center of this very struggle, then you are getting it wrong, because the people you're supposed to impart, you are not imparting them. Rather, you are looking for a way to enrich yourself, and that is why many people will end up this struggle will end up being a struggle for their stomach, a struggle for position, a struggle for respect, a struggle for recognition. But that is not what the struggle is all about. The struggle is all about our people, both them that are in IPOP doing their monthly, paying their monthly due, and those who are not even in the IPOP, and those who are still ignorant, because every one of us has this stage of ignorance. Every one of us has this stage of when you are not part of this. So we will keep supporting our people even when they are not part of this very structure that is driving the IPOP. Then, as they are still in the center for this very struggle, they are the reason why we are fighting, and we continue to do so until they come to the point of conviction, until they come to the point where they can see reason to be part of what is happening. So if these people are not in the center, even people who is disagreeing with the structure of IPOP, they are still the people in the center for this very struggle. They are still the people in center for this struggle. They are still the people we carry in mind. They are still the people we love. That they disagreed for anything that IPOP is doing does not remove them in the place of being our people. Being the people why we have to make the sacrifice we are making. Being the people why we have to suffer the way we are suffering. Being the people why so many Biafrans has given up their price and paid the ultimate, giving up their life and paid the ultimate price. Being the reason why some are in the prison, languishing in the prison, being the reason why so many people are sustained injury and they have been in pain. So our people, collectively, whether you are IPOP, you are whatever group you find convenient as to belongs to, you are the reason for this struggle. You are the reason why we are waking up every day, making the sacrifice we need to make. Because I need to walk with my conviction. The Bible said that the just shall live by their own faith. I don't need for me to be able to continue in this very struggle. I will not live by your own conviction. I will live by my own conviction. So therefore, my own conviction is IPOB under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the way I see I can participate. You can choose other ways. But at the later end, whether your conviction is under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or not, you, all Biafrans, are the ones that are in center. You are the center of attraction for this very struggle. You are the reason why we are in this struggle. All Biafrans. So those people that are coming with the instrument of divide and rule, you see the reason why they will not succeed. Because you can fool people for some time, but you cannot fool them forever. So the reason why they cannot succeed is because with this instrument of divide and rule, people will still discover who they are and they will run away from them. Because all our people, you need to be the reason for this struggle. All our people. That when you think of your people, when you think of Biafra, you will wish to continue, even with the pain of the arrow that has pierced to your heart, that has pierced to your body. You will see reason to continue.
Mazi, you know, I have always told people that if you came into the struggle for Biafra restoration with your body, your mind, your body, and your soul, you know, it is completely impossible for you to deviate. It is impossible for you to back down or backslide because you came with everything that you have. You know, but you find out that a lot of people didn't come with everything they have. They left certain things behind and came with some. And that is the reason when they feel disrespected, they complain. When they feel sidelined, they complain. When they feel that things are not working the way they want it, they complain. When their advice is not taken, they complain because there is something that they are leaving behind, that they've not really devoted everything they have into the struggle. Mazi, I don't know if that
Yeah,
makes some
Mazi,
sense.
I got your point. I will go there later. But there is something that is very, very important that we need to scream always. Because whatever you are seeing in the media today also is also untrained individuals who has not trained well as to know exactly what is required to present to people are also contributing to the problem that to some of the challenges we are having in this very struggle. Okay, now there is something our people need to understand. It doesn't matter how prepared you are. It doesn't matter how far you prepare for coming into this very program, coming into this struggle. If if you coming into this struggle is not for the liberation, it's not for the concern you have for our people who are suffering, then it simply means no matter how prepared, no matter what you come into this very struggle, you will fail if your passion is not on the people. There is now, Mazi, I want to bring it down. Do you understand? Now, if I am coming into this very struggle, and all my passion is to see my people live a good life, is to see my people have country they can call their own, that all my interest for this struggle is the people, the suffering masses, is for the Biafran indigenous. As long as Biafrans have never been free, I can never feel any pain, no matter the pains that pierce to my body, as to regard for being part of this very struggle for the interest of my people. As long as that my people are still suffering, I can never give up, because what I come to look for is for the freedom of my people. But if you didn't come with that mindset that why you are coming into this thing is for your people, not for yourself, not for your closest family, it's not for any personal interest, that you are coming into this struggle for the interest of your people, nothing will make you to quit. Nothing. No matter how people are trying to disorganize, even when people are trying to disorganize, you will be trying and making every effort to organize. You will be making every effort. Any sacrifice is required, because your interest is on the people. Anybody who will wake up today to see the effort that IPOB has put in place to gather Biafrans all over the world, to assemble Biafrans all over the world, and that person will wake up and what he will be working for is to bring this IPOB down, is to scatter all this Biafran that has been assembled. That person is a demon. That person is an evil person. That person is Satan incarnate by himself. No matter what is happening with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no matter the error, no matter the mistake, I have to bear the pain. I have to bear the pain and make the sacrifice and make sure that all this effort that was put in place, that nothing happened to it. I will stand by him and I will stand by our people. We don't need to scatter again. We don't need to disable this very assembly. We don't need, no matter how it pishes me, no matter how the pain is on me, it can never be compared to people who has paid the ultimate price, give up their life, because they believe in the freedom of their people. Because that is the worst that anybody, that is the highest sacrifice anybody can make, because I believe in my people, because I love my people, because I wish to see the freedom of my people. So therefore, I give up my life for it. So anybody who will wake up and tell you they wanted to attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and attack the structure of IPOB so that they will dissolve the IPOB and they will go ahead to gather all Biafran together. Now, you are dissolving the Biafran that have assembled in their million for you to gather another Biafran together. How do you do that? What resources? Have you calculated what the resources it will take you to do that? Do you have that money? Do you have that good resources? And the woman intellectual, look at Mazin now. It's not only that he's broadcasting, but he was supernaturally gifted, and he's using that his gift to trade for gathering his people together. And somebody is coming to accuse him. So how many, who do you think that when they come together, now it becomes that Biafrans are coming together? Who and who? In our millions we have assembled, and we have our vision, and we have our focus, and we have our conviction. What other together that does it require? Because we keep adding on numbers every day. Then if we ourselves are having some administrative problems, why couldn't we visit? Why couldn't one take sacrifice and take sacrifice to make sure that matters are resolved? Because there is some matters who have taken a very big taproot. Because every problem depends on how taproot that problem has taken. If you wanted to operate a tree, if you want to operate a grass, you can just use your hand and uproot grass. But when you want to uproot tree, it's not the same thing. Because that tree has taken a very long taproot. So it's not something you will just use hand and you pull. It's something that required extra patience. If you have been patient before, it required extra. Jesus said, any man that wish to go with you 1 mile, go with him 10 miles. It's very, very important. The 10 virgins I have given you their examples. How was they being able to be successful? Is because they have extra. How did the 5 of them become successful? Is because the 5 has extra oil. It has extra oil. I have been patient, but I have the reason also to extend my patience. Because my people is my interest for joining this very struggle. And as long as my people are here, I will be here to make sure that the quest of my people is actualized. We keep resolving the problem. There is a problem that you might expect to be solved in 3 days. If it does not solve in 3 days, did you make estimate that if it is not resolved in 3 years, in 3 years' time, I can equally extend to 6 years as long as I remain with my people? These are things that people have not taken into consideration. And at this point, I want to remind you that Mazi Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu is coming live tomorrow. Time
7 p.m. Biafran time.
Biafran time. Make sure you join in that conversation. Make sure you join that very particular broadcast coming tomorrow. Stay awake, please.
I don't think Mazi will open the phone for Biafrans to call in. I doubt.
We are not waiting to call in. We have been calling Mazi. Mazi is not new to us. The fact remains that we are going to hear him tomorrow. And we need to join him live. We need to share him up. We need to support him. Because if we support him wholeheartedly, then we have reason also to support us wholeheartedly. If there is a place, because one thing that is in this friendship you are looking at is this. If somebody is not 100% sincere with you in friendship, there is nothing you can do to make that person support you 100%. But if you have 100% support of your friend, even in their friendship, which they even feel like they have betrayed you in one way or the other, or they have not been right with you in one way or the other, but you pour out your whole heart in support of them, then that will make them to have a think. Because whatever a man sow, that he reap. Whatever the Bible says, whatever you want men to do for you, do it for them first. That's what the Bible says. Don't wait for them to do what you wanted. Don't wait for them to do to you what you wanted them to do. But what you wanted men to do unto you, The Bible instructs you that you should go ahead and do it to them. We need 100% support of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We need his 100% support to Biafrans. And so therefore, because we needed it, we Biafrans must give him 100% support. Because whatever you sow is what you will reap. That will make him to be more humble to us. That will make him to have our interest in heart, because he's seeing us giving him 100%. It's not this one that you will come on the Facebook, you will talk because you want to talk what you want, you like people to hear. But behind, you are gossiping.
Yes.
Behind, you are busy. You are busy discussing with one principal officer to the other. Even people that are castigating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are busy gossiping with them. You are busy discussing him with them. And those gossip that you are making against him is also circulating from one hand to the other until it gets to the hand of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And how will you feel that the person that you needed to trust 100% is the person who is talking behind you? You are spoiling that relationship. You are showing that you don't have 100% support, so you are not able to humble him. Rather, you are making him to feel like you are an opposition. You are making him to feel like you are like an individual attacking him. He's spoiling that relationship. Even if you have such relationship in your friendship, it makes you feel very bad.
Mazi, one of the evidence is the leaked Zoom meeting that was supposed to be secret, where somebody was in a secret meeting calling a man that he has followed for many years a liar. And these are issues that would have been clarified if there were sincerity in this relationship. If
Mazi,
that, yes.
Mazi, you know what? That you cannot hide a pregnancy. 7 months, 8 months, 9 months pregnancy. You cannot use hands to cover it. Now, if anybody is busy gossiping, discussing people who she's supposed to be working together, that is the highest weakness in leadership. And that thing will not hide you. The Bible said that your sin will find you out. Your sin will find you out. If you are busy discussing people, the people you are discussing, one way or the other, what you are discussing about them is going to leak out. And so many of them are leaking out. And there's nothing that spoils relationship like that. Nothing. Like me and you, but if I started hearing from other people coming to me behind with verifiable facts that you are saying one or two things about me. Number one,
behind your back. Behind your back.
The law behind my back. The law of emotion has it that there is no way I can feel relaxed, secured, or even love in your presence. Or when I hear your name, or when I hear your matter. That is how the law.
It's a big disappointment, Mazi.
Yes, Mazi Pat. And we must see it that way. That the things the other Timothy was opposite man. No, but maybe more milli. Most times we discover that our relationship with people has decayed over the years, and we are still doing our shares, thinking we are together, but we know inside ourselves that the true love does not exist among us. Trust does not exist among us. And these are the things that if we want to ratify matters with relationship, we must first of all go back and find out those little things. Because the Bible says that it is those little things that makes the floor to rise. Just a little yeast you will put in a very large floor. is what makes the floor to rise. So now you must find out that when you want to ratify a relationship, you must go back to those little things that has happened and ratify it. If you have to come to the person, to the individuals to apologize, there is one scenarios that I wanted to say to round up here, because my battery is low, except if you guys will want me to go off video. But the things that I wanted to say here, that there is a scenario that they tell us about Shafe and Deeper Life leader. What is his name? Shafe and what is the Deeper Life leader? Somebody remind me. The Deeper Life.
The pastor of Deeper Life.
Yeah, the general overseer of Deeper Life. Kumuyi. They tell us about the scenario of Kumuyi and Shafe. Shafe is the man that Kumuyi loved. He seems to be the second in command in Deeper Life then. But at a time, the man started seeing things from a different angle based on what they used to believe in Deeper Life. And he seems to resign. On the day he's resigning, he gave his last sermon. Then Kumuyi from Lagos, he sent some men to where Shafe is and said that they should come with Shafe, that he want to see him face to face. Then Shafe refuses to follow them. He refuses to follow them until Kumuyi sent another man and tell them they should not eat or drink until they come back with Shafe to Lagos. And those men, they stayed there. The first day, the wife offered them water. They said no water, no food for 3 days. And the wife running the Shafe, if you leave these men here, they will die here. You better follow them to Lagos. You know, as before them, there is some gossip discussions that are going behind. Kumuyi is hearing what person that he trusts is discussing about him. So this relationship started decaying that very way until those men, Shafe, agreed to follow those men to Lagos. When the man arrived to Kumuyi's office, Kumuyi incited him from outside, coming with this man. He came down from his office, and what did he do? Because there is some little discussion that lead up to that very breakthrough. It's not even that what they claim to have been the reason why for the separation, that is the separation. It is this minor thing that we are not able to take care of. You gossip like a man. You know, you that I'm talking to. You know how you used to call number, WhatsApp number. You know how you used to gossip from one station to the other. You know how you used to call phone and you discuss this person and you discuss. Those your discussion is going round, and that discussion is hurting your relationship with people which you are discussing behind them. So when Kumuyi cited him, Kumuyi come down from his office and he went and hugged him and said, "My brother Shafe, if I have sinned against you, have I sinned against you 70 times a day?" It's not about what is quarreling at that very moment, but you have to look at what has been small things that have been happening behind before that very time, that there is reason to reconcile those small things before you equally think about what is happening at the moment that is resulting to break up, that is resulting for tearing apart. And these are the things that we are not able to take care of in most times in our own relationship. Rather, we want to jump them. You want to tell me you have never said sorry to me for discussing and promised me that you won't discuss me behind again. But you wanted me now to resolve a certain issue that is come behind me, while my heart is no more with you. These are the things we must take notice of. That the things that affect relationship are not even those things that is on the heat at the moment for the breakup. It is just little things that we are doing and we are calling them nothing. They are the things that is hurting our relationship. And it's also we also have a lot of it in this very struggle, where you have to discuss your principal officer with people. And those people you are discussing your principal officer behind him, you have never gone to your principal officer even to say one or this or one or this. When you see them, you want to play a good person. While those people you are discussing your principal officer, they are going to your principal officer and they are telling him, be careful of this man. Look at what he's saying behind you. And without you knowing, you are still doing all shares, but you don't know that your relationship has been tampered because of your weakness of discussing people behind. This is very bad, and you have to repent of it if you want to move forward as an individual. And if you are not in this struggle for the interest of your people, you will always find it very easy to say, disorganize them, dismantle them, vanish them. But have you thought of the resources that your people pour out as to get to where they are? Have you thought of it? Have you thought of it? Will you like them, the people you have interest in heart for them, will you like them to waste such a resources? Only for them to waste it and they will starting afresh.
We are talking about, Mazi, we are talking about not just financial, but human resources. Lives have been lost.
We are talking about all resources,
Mazi, as we are speaking right now, people in OB were lamenting because most of their buildings are being brought down. We have our people who are homeless in OB, the sacrifices are great. And somebody is somewhere complaining about disrespect, about sidelining, about all sorts of things. What about the people on the ground who have suffered casualties, Mazi? Don't you see that there is selfishness, self-centeredness in the midst of this discussion we are talking about?
Mazi, and that is what we should be thinking, because so many things are going to happen in this very struggle. Now, the Obibo issue has already taken place. Now, what we are looking at is that our people who are survival of this incident, how did they continue? How will they pick up their life and move forward? But also, in the other hands again, everything that happens to IPOB or in this very struggle is a case study. Even from 1967 to 1970 until to date, everything that happened to us is a case study. We must also, at the same time, when we are looking at how will our people move on, we will also be thinking, how will this kind of thing be prevented for not happening for next time? We'll also be taking thought along that side, because prevention is better than cure. Many things has happened to us and nobody is brainstorming on how can prevent such incidents for not happening next time. But out of our carelessness and ignorance, we will keep repeating one class. We will keep repeating things. And this is what all the men who call themselves men in this very struggle should be brainstorming about. How do we prevent such an event for not happening? In 1967, they used hunger to lavish us. Have we, what efforts, since we have been in this very struggle, what efforts, what brainstorming have you done to make sure that no more shall it happen again?
That such event does not repeat itself again.
How more to make sure that such thing does not happen to our people? No more shall it happen again to our people, where we will not be able to feed our kids because we are struggling for Biafra. Where we will no more be able to take care of our villages because we are struggling for Biafra. So how many of us are brainstorming on this very aspect? Because that should be the reason why you join this very agitation. You didn't join that agitation to clap for deputy and clap for leader. You joined to be part of it. You joined in order to initiate something. You join in order to impact into that very struggle. And if you are not doing so, then you have no reason. And I will respond to you the way Mazen and can respond to everyone who left without contributing. He said they are not meant to be in IPOB in the first place. It's just money misroad. They misroad and they find themselves in IPOB. And they lately discover that they shouldn't be there. So that's why they move out. But everybody who is calling to this very cause, I am interested on my people. I'm interested on my people. My own argument might not be accepted with myself or other groups, but that does not give me the grant to leave my own argument when I am convinced of what I am doing. So that we did not agree now does not mean that we will not agree, because the thing that will make us to agree, when it comes, it will compel all of us to agree at once. So, but at this very time, since it has not happened, we must continue doing things that we're supposed to do. We must continue taking our responsibility and working hard to make sure that the day comes when every one of us has agreed on one thing, and then we move on. We should not use the issue of the instrument of you are thinking that all the group has to come together. You want to use that instrument to destroy other group, to dismantle other group, and you might end up not bringing all the group you're thinking you are bringing together. Because I keep asking them questions. If you bring all the group together and they agree on a thing, because there must be an agreement when the group come together. So if some certain individuals of men who belong to all this other group are also selling out in that very coming up together, what are you going to do to this men? You will do nothing rather than what Nnamdi Kanu is doing, and the name call is calling to the saboteurs of these days. You will do nothing than calling the name and looking on how to sideline them. That is what you will do. It's the same result. So let us not come in here to claim justification because it has not happened to us. When you get involved directly, when people do the same, there is nothing you can do rather than the same result. You cannot keep pampering them in that collation. You cannot keep pampering them if they are betraying, if they are selling out, if they are sabotaging. You must go after them because they are the one that is stopping the effort of other people. If you put basket of tomatoes, then one start decaying. You must remove that one that is decaying, or else it will affect the rest. The Bible said you should not join the old one with new wine, and you should not join old cloth with new cloth. We must understand that the same measure that IPOB is taking against the saboteurs should be the same measure you will take against any group you gather. Whether everybody come together, you still the same measure you will take against saboteurs. The same measure, you have to call them out. You have to expel them from that very congregation if you want that congregation to move forward. There is no way. It's the same way. So forget about you because you haven't been there. When you are there, you will even be worse. So let us follow the truth. You better be genuine on yourself. If you are genuine, nobody is speaking on you. If you are doing a work job, the Bible says, when you do your good job, don't do it in secret, so that your Father who sees your good job in secret will reward you openly. Don't be doing things that because you want people to notice you, or you want people to see you, you want people to praise you, you want people to respect you. Then you are missing the target.
Yeah, because when you do certain things with personal motive or ulterior motive, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. The reality will show, because the challenges that will show your true color will come before you, and you display your real character.
That is what it is, Mazi. On this note, we'll be winding down on this very program because we attend that we attend to do it. We attend to make the program to be very short, so we attend to make the program to be very short. We will be winding down at this moment. Our real intention is for you to know what will be happening in the nearest days as to regard to Black and White Web TV, and also
Sunday,
regard the broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu that is coming up tomorrow.
Yes.
All is happening at 7 p.m. Biafran time. One in the Black and White, and also will be streams in the BTV on Sunday 7 p.m. concerning the economic discussion, the economic viability of our people, and we will be bringing that program on Sunday. And another one is that Mazi is coming tomorrow tomorrow Saturday 7 p.m. Biafran time. And the reason why we are here advertising it is because we want you to share him up. We want you to show him your support. We want him to we want you to make sure that he feel you. he feel you. That is what we own to him. Because when we give him 100% of our support, then indirectly we are making him to be loyal to us, and we are making him to be humble to us, and we are making him to be committed to us. That is how it works. The Bible said, and I quote again, what you will like men to do to you, don't wait for them to do it for you first. First, do it for them. And in return, whatever you sow, you will harvest. Whatever you sow, you will reap. So that is the way life goes. Let no person teach you the other way around. Because doing things the other way around is why people are getting trouble all the time. But when you follow it the way it is designed naturally, then it happens naturally also around you. So my people, until Mazipat choose to bring me back into this very program, enjoy your weekend. See you again.
Mazi, thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Mazi, thank you very much,
Good
and
morning.
God bless you. Thank you very much. Guys, I want to say thank you very much for those of you who came late.